out a bit for
Oh,
a second, so
oh,
I'm sure it was
oh,
for the
okay,
same
we're
reason.
back. We're back. We're back. Okay. I don't know how far back you're going to be cut off, but
I think it was around 56 seconds for on here.
I don't know what you
I
were
mean
saying at
56
56
minutes.
seconds. No, we're live now. We're back. We're back. If my phone rings, it ruins the stream.
Is this
So someone
AOL in the
called.
year 2001?
Yeah, it's really dead. Okay. We'll talk to you
Classic.
later, Waffle.
Oh, is he leaving? I missed it. It's always good to have him. He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
So we were just talking about mixed media,
Mixed
talking about.
media, and I honestly think that, like, wasn't Fallout supposed to get a show or something? Or he was in the
I think they
talks?
said they were doing something with Netflix, right? Or was that
Honestly,
the one with Amazon? There,
I
it
don't
was either
know.
Gears of War with Amazon or Netflix, and then Fallout with whichever one wasn't Gears of War.
Honestly, I think Microsoft was ahead of their time when they were talking
For,
about when they had the
for
studio
so
section.
many things.
Oh, oh, nope, nope, nope. We died again. What is going on?
This is the first episode that'll be in 12 parts.
12 parts. Oh god, no, I don't
Yeah.
want that. Stream health is bad, but
Give it an HP potion.
okay, it should be somewhat passable. I'm not actually watching it. Video's kind of choppy, it looks like, but it seems to be stable at least. Hopefully the audio's good. If the video's bad, I can live with that.
Alrighty.
It seems to be okay. I'm looking at the stream.
Alright. So we had been talking about mixed media and
Hmm.
just the idea in general that Microsoft was ahead of the game on some of these. They wanted to make a mixed media kind of platform,
Oh, you're dead again. What the fuck?
bashed by now Sony's doing it, and of course it's a great idea now.
Oh my
It's the
god.
best.
No, now we're ruined. It's still ruined. I don't know what's going on here. Oh my god. How many parts is this in? Oh my goodness.
12.
I hate having all these issues. This is why I wanted fiber internet, but we can't get fiber internet here.
Oh, I got fiber. I can't go back now. I know exactly what it was like before. I used to suffer with the downloads. And then after we got it, I was like, this is what the rich people have. We made
We're in 3 parts right now.
it.
Or is this broken? I can't. I don't even know. Hopefully the issues are gone, and we can just go
Not
back.
until we hit 12 parts.
Okay, that's what hits 1 parts. Okay, mixed media. I'm gonna get to it now. Microsoft was like way ahead of the game on this idea, but
Yeah.
because of the terrible reception that the Xbox One got because they were so focused on TV, uh, it just ended up being bad.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it before. They were ahead of the game with the Kinect to the point where people would probably enjoy it now with the tech it has, but they didn't want it then and it was bundled incorrectly. Then you look at the mixed media stuff. It's definitely a bit too early. Sony's doing it now, and it's a great idea. 10 years ago, Microsoft was doing it. It was a terrible idea. It's uh, it's frustrating because there's a lot of like we were saying before. What happened?
One of the like first like fruition pieces of that was news the other day with Quantum Break. Because
Yeah,
Quantum Break is half TV show, half game.
and it was fantastic. Like both parts. I love the TV show aspect.
Did
The
you watch
actors
the
did a great
actual
job.
TV show? There was a different. There's actually a show and the game.
I'd seen bits and pieces of the show thing. I'd seen all the episodes that were attached to the game,
Yeah.
and I know they did something different. I only saw a little bit of it, but I couldn't find more.
I haven't watched all the show. it's been so later, but it it was crazy that they were trying to do this stuff early, and I think like now it seems dumb that they closed it now because people are
Yeah.
like, oh, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Now you have to deal with all these other studios and things, and Netflix and Amazon and the
Yeah. It seems like it was a good idea at the time. The world wasn't quite ready. And now that everyone's doing it, people are laughing at the fact that they don't have something set up.
well, they
And
did, and now they don't.
exactly.
But
And it
and
was the
you
same with the
closed.
Connect. And that's why I was so sad. It was a great idea. It had cool applications that we hadn't reached yet. It got put down before we could do anything else with it. I mean,
I
Nintendo did
kind
the
of
same
hope
thing with
that
the
they
Switch.
revisit the Connect idea in the
Same.
near future.
I mean, you look at the Wii U, for example. That thing did not do well, but it was the prototype for what they were trying to do with the Switch. Now, if they had just given it up, we would not have one of the best-selling consoles of all time right now. That thing has been printing money for over 7 years now,
Yeah,
and I just think it's huge that they need to learn to stick with some of the things and trust themselves. I know it's not easy because you don't want to throw money towards something and then have to throw more money and then find out it's wasted. But with how many games get canceled, how much talent either leaves or dies off over time, I feel like you have to double down on certain things to make something that you trust will be good and people will enjoy over time. They might not enjoy it right away, but keeping these ideas and keeping them relevant is how they will be able to enjoy them when that time comes.
yeah. I feel like we're starting to see the. So the thing is, people love anime, and anime is like
God, yeah.
it's because it's different, and they kind of take stuff very seriously, and everything's done in earnest. That's the best way I can describe why anime like succeeds where other things fail.
Yeah, to that point, it's the kind of thing where people are like, it feels different watching another culture's stuff, whether
I don't
it's
even think it's
foreign
another
films.
culture. I think I think what it comes down to is that there are definitely more than one um North American, like even cartoons in particular. There've been a
Mhm.
ton of them where it's just like it feels like a paycheck for the person.
Yeah, well,
Like
that's what I
obviously not
mean
like a
when I
Disney
say,
film or whatever, but
well, for some of them. No, but that's what I mean by the culture, where it's like people take things more seriously. Like in Japan, being a voice actor isn't also something that's kind of looked down on. Unfortunately, in cultures outside that, you'll see like the award shows and they're throwing it at all these talented movies and they might bring up one animated movie or one voice actor compared to like Brad Pitt or
yeah.
something. And it's always looked down on or seen as less serious or less important.
Unless it's like a big Disney animated movie, it's always critically like
Yeah.
divisive. Because
And
people are
it's
like this is for
frustrating.
children. This is a great
Exactly.
family movie, and it's like
I think that's the thing that's different about the cultures. While there's obviously stuff for kids, there's also an understood medium that you can like some stuff there as an adult, and there's stuff that's targeted towards that. It's treated with a bit more respect, and I think in that turn, it's also giving back more respect.
there's
Whereas for
content
us,
like
it's a
anime
bit more
does
misguided.
content that people don't do here like at all.
Exactly. Like, I'm sure we emulate it sometimes, and especially fans of the medium try to encapsulate that feeling and recreate it. But yeah, from like the studios and down from the higher ups, they don't have that same passion and they also don't have that same feeling towards their work.
Whereas you'll I was actually commenting this to my mom. Like if you watch an anime and they're like they go somewhere that's a real place, it
Yeah.
usually looks like the real place.
Yeah, it's
So
one of the
it's like,
reasons people are so excited to go to Japan and stuff like that. It's very detailed and has culture to it.
have you seen
You're excited.
there was actually a Canadian they did the opposite where the Japan did um like a I want to say it's a tourism post for Canada, but a
Oh,
Japanese studio
interesting.
did it, and then they like show parts of Canada, like the Northern Lights and all that, and all
Oh,
sorts
that
of
sounds nice.
yeah, like all sorts of cool things. But just it's done as an anime, like to get people to want to go. It seems like kind of the reverse because like people watch anime, it's like that's a real spot. Like cat, like I want to go to cafe. I want to go to Curry Bondi. I want to go
Yeah.
check out Jimbocho.
And
You
it's not
know?
just the cool locations. You'll see the food and you get introduced to that culture, and everyone knows food in anime looks stupidly delicious. It's a rule, especially in movies and Studio Ghibli stuff. It looks great. And I feel like that's
Is
one
it
of the drawings they have, whether it's what?
you? No, no, keep going, keep going.
Whether it's the realistic, food or the atmosphere or locations, shrines, or even if it's like the episode where they go to America kind of thing, and they're showing what they think New York is like and showing the highlights, and you get a feel that they're trying to capture these real places and show the audience how, people would react to that. And in doing so, it creates a very interesting effect that draws you into it.
Yeah. So, KU on Twitter, I follow them. They actually animated part of the cooking part and other parts. They specialize in certain things,
Yes,
but
I follow them too.
but they did the cooking parts in Onimai, and
They've
it's
been
like
doing
I
a
had to
lot
make a
recently
bunch.
with some studios.
I had to make a bunch of. It's like I had to make a bunch of fried rice to make sure I got this right. The thing is that like there's a lot of authenticity about what they want to
Yeah,
do with the show, or I feel like a lot of things just it doesn't happen.
yeah.
So it's
There's definitely a certain level of commitment and respect to that too.
mhm.
And I I appreciate seeing that more so because you don't get it here as much. Whether it's games, anime, TV, um, voice acting in general is, I don't want to say looked down on, but it's just not seen as professionally as the equivalent, but on screen. It's almost like, how people didn't give a shit about the cameraman for a while. It's like, well, without him, the movie doesn't look nearly as good. You know, eh,
Cinematographer, like the cameraman. Yeah, it's the thing. It's
yeah,
like people don't like, oh, they did such a great job with this, and I'm like, but going back to mixed media stuff, it's clear that there are studios out there that would love to work on these things and would love to do it in earnest. I definitely
yeah,
think taking the Edge Runners approach, where you take the city that you know and a character that doesn't get. I'm not going to talk about him, but a character that is like a lore staple. Actually, there's more than one lore staple character
yeah. There's a couple.
because Rogue shows up for
Yeah,
sure.
and you can actually, reference some of the stuff that happens in the show in the game.
And vice versa, and stuff that
Yeah,
happens in the game in the show, even though the stuff that happens in the game is much later, like
yeah,
years later. I don't know how many years. Didn't really go into it, but uh, I think that's like the perfect kind of template look at.
yeah.
Also, Star Wars Visions. That's some of the
Visions was
best.
fantastic.
I haven't watched this. Is the second part out yet? I thought it was supposed to be out last year.
I don't remember. I only remember the first part.
Yeah, I haven't sat down and looked at Disney Plus in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't done that in a while.
It's not. I don't have it set up on my stuff, so I don't watch it. But
Exactly. I have to set it up on the new TV now and all that. Uh, and I've mostly been putting it off until some more Marvel stuff comes out, because I'm like, oh well, I'll catch up on all that then. So I've just been in between on that.
Marvel stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel stuff, but you can watch what you want to watch, and that's cool by me.
My feelings. I'm just kidding. I think it's great that people can enjoy different things.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes there's like really cool stuff that comes, and it's just like, yeah, I want to see it. Like, I don't
yeah,
know why. I don't. I don't want to be like Marvel should do anime, because I don't think they need to.
They did
But
some really cool stuff though with the what if. Have you seen any of those? Each
um,
episode's a different art style.
I know of the What If. I also know of the Just Imagine series. I don't know if
Mm,
you heard about that comic series.
yeah,
That was when Stan Lee did like DC heroes. So it was Just Imagine Stan Lee.
yeah,
I actually think that this isn't mixed media related, but it is Xbox related. That you should just let studios make like a demo or something of their interpretation of a certain universe.
yeah. I think that'd be a really cool idea.
I know
Of
it's a lot
those.
of work though to make a game, so
Oh yeah. But to jump to that point real quick, we were talking recently in the group chat about Xbox could really use a big superhero game behind them because, as you can see, unfortunately, Sony has Spider-Man. And I say unfortunately because I love Spider-Man. It would be great to see him on here. But with Activision, they have a lot of practice with those kind of games. Besides all the Spider-Man games, they have the prototype series. They could easily create with Xbox a staple, and I'm not saying it has to be exclusive, but it would, benefit them at this point to have a superhero behind them. And I think the perfect one would be Green Lantern. There's not enough fun Green Lantern stuff in the media. There's tons of characters to choose from. The color scheme fits perfectly.
if you
We
get
could
Todd
really
McFarlane to
use
get on board, I think Spawn would also be a good pick.
that was my second choice. I was gonna say Spawn. We've already seen in the past working with Xbox.
Punisher would be cool.
We Punisher would be pretty cool, but the only reason I'm worried is they'd have to do it right. It would have to be nitty gritty and dark without being tone deaf, like edgy. Um, there's so many heroes I think they
Punisher
could
really
do.
isn't a superhero though.
True, he's more of a vigilante who likes to kill bad people.
He likes to punish
Uh,
the wicked.
yeah, and
That's literally
sometimes
his.
anyone who gets in the way. He's got a great story too.
Oh
He
man,
had his whole family brutally murdered, and his fight or flight response decided everyone who's bad should die.
nope. No one should have to
And
go
then they
through what I
did.
went through. And then he
Yeah,
murdered everybody.
literally everyone, especially in the Punisher kills the Marvel universe. I mean, they have that for almost every hero now, but it's like, what would happen if they tried to kill everybody? It'd be chaos. Cool, let's write that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have a superhero game because not only would it be
Well,
interesting
I
for the
think
people who like
Prototype is
those
the
kind of
most
games.
like infamous,
Yeah,
which Sony hasn't done anything with since.
which is also frustrating because I wanted to like those games. The premise was cool. The idea of
What was the new
the
one called
powers,
again? Second Son.
Second Son, yeah,
Yeah,
and they did
Second Son
something in
was
between,
it was okay. Oh,
like
they had
the mini side thing.
yeah with
Uh,
I think it was First Light or something because the other lady had neon
yes,
powers.
yeah, those games are cool. I remember, I think it was you, I believe, that said your problem was the choices don't exactly matter in that game. And
Yeah,
I agree that they needed to do a better job with that, but I'd still want to have them explore that universe because there's so much potential, even though it wasn't exactly executed greatly.
that was in some no, it was Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is on that. They did Ghost of Tsushima last, didn't they?
I think that's their most recent thing. There might be something in between
I'm
small,
just
but
looking it up quick. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was the last one. They've also worked on Sly Cooper and Infamous.
oh, I remember Sly Cooper.
We're never gonna get another
He
Sly Cooper.
well, the only way I could see Sly Cooper coming back is if, for some reason, Xbox decides, hey, we're gonna finally make Spyro, we're gonna make Crash Banooka, we're gonna bring back the platformers, we're gonna do something
I
with
definitely think that's in the
Banjo
cards.
Kazooie.
I think
Yeah,
that's in the cards 100%.
and when or I want to say when because I don't want to say if, but it's gonna happen, just maybe not soon. When that happens, I wouldn't be fully surprised to see Sony go, well, we need a competitive version of this type of genre. Let's revive what we have in that category.
The
Maybe we'll
thing
see
is,
another Jack and
if I,
Dexter.
if I'm being 100% honest here, next to Nintendo, Microsoft has like the second like best treasure trove of like all ages IP, and will
Oh,
have
100%.
like is going to have like one of the better like treasure troves. Like they'll have Skylanders, they'll have Spyro, they'll have Crash.
Yeah.
They've
And I
got
don't mean this in a disrespectful way to Sony, but when you think of recognizable characters and IPs, you don't think of Sony. Sony crafts really good games, but they've always kind of worked with third-party properties to make these really cool games, whether it's exclusive or not, like with Bloodborne. You know, they don't exactly own these characters, they just create those fantastic experiences. And there's no denying that they create really good things in their studios, but they don't exactly have a lot of recognizable good characters. People are like, "Oh, well, you got Last of Us, you got Uncharted," and it's like, yeah, but those are just kind of dudes. Like, no offense against Nathan and the like, it's just they're not interesting characters. You know, you see Master Chief, you see Mario, you see Link, Samus, you see Marcus, you see these characters that kind of represent their universe. But I feel like outside of maybe Kratos, there's not as much on Sony's platform. And people are like, "Oh, Spider-Man." It's like, okay, but they don't own Spider-Man. That's my point. They work with a lot of third-party IPs to create really good experiences and fun stuff, but they don't have their own face. I feel like they did at one point, but they've kind of lost it. What do you think on that?
Sony kind of went the way of like I feel like they're doing the EA thing, but instead of doing it with like games as a service games, they went like hard in on like the third person action adventure games that were basically give or take it's like a zombie apocalypse or just a wild globe-trotting adventure are fine, but they aren't exactly like they're system sellers, whatever. But people can get tired of playing the same type of game over and over again. I know it was announced this week, I think, that there's a new Horizon game coming. I find
Yeah,
Aloy to be one of the most boring characters, personally.
God, she's insufferable. Not anything to do with her design, not anything like that.
No,
But
it's not
as
the
a
design.
character herself, she's so dull and she's very unlikable. Just with the dialogue she's given and the way she treats other people, she's just not a
I'm the save. I
fun
haven't played the
character.
second one, but she's like, I'm the savior. I'm the best. It's like, oh god, no, please no.
Yeah, it's like, please stop talking. And
Yeah,
while I mean, you know this, I have nothing against same-sex relationships, anything like that. So I don't care one way or another how the
that's a spoiler technically, so I don't want to talk about that. But that definitely feels a little
yeah.
pandery. If you've
Well, I was
seen
gonna
it, you
say,
know what I'm talking about. If you
yeah.
haven't, don't worry about it.
The only reason I even bring that up is because I feel like they don't understand the universe they've created by pandering to that. Like, the survival of the human race is harder when you don't reproduce anymore.
The thing is, I don't. Well, if we're being real, both The Last of Us and like The Last of Us also did it. So,
Yeah. And
but there
don't
was
get me
more than
wrong.
one. There was more than
Yeah,
one gay
exactly.
character in Last of Us.
Yeah. Plus,
Spoilers for Last of Us, a game from 2013.
spoilers, it's not actually The Last of Us. There's a couple. It's more than, the last ones.
Yeah, that's
Spoilers.
that's the thing. I don't. I'm not against like wanting to do that type of character in.
Of course.
But my problem is when it's like we're being progressive. And it almost feels like a checklist rather than.
Exactly. And
And
I
then it
think
also
that's
comes to the
actually.
other
Oh, sorry.
issue that I have with it is when the first party does it like Sony or whatever. It's progressive, but if it's an anime game and there's a same sex relationship, it's
Yeah.
suddenly
And it's
like
dirty. It's bad.
yeah. And I, the thing is, you have to just pick. You honestly just
Exactly.
have to pick.
You
Either
have to
it's
do
good
one
or
or
it's
the
not.
other.
You can't be like, this is bad, but this is good.
Exactly. And to that point, when we were talking about the progressive stuff, people are like, "Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a checklist. It's good to represent people." But I know people who fall into these categories, and they don't want to be misrepresented like that.
I
I've been
literally
told,
watched crappy harem animes with my girlfriend. You can say that they don't exist, that women don't watch these shows, but
they do.
she's actually very much looking forward to Rent a Girlfriend season 3. That was like, she was really disappointed that it wasn't the season, it was next season. And I'm not
And
kidding. So that's the
we
thing. It's
literally
like,
have people who watch trashy reality TV, women and men. We have women and men that watch The Bachelor, Survivor, all this crap. Of course, we have women watching anime too. It's the same with trashy romance novels or smut. People
man, I
like to
love.
think,
I'm starting to really like uh Japanese rom-coms. Like I watched
"Oh, I love rom-coms."
no, but the Japanese one in particular, like North American ones, unless you the name is Stranger Than Fiction, I believe is the movie,
Yeah,
which is a fantastic movie. If you've never watched it, it's a great movie. It's Will Ferrell's in that one. If that's the one I'm
yeah.
thinking of.
It is, and he does a surprising job because he's not a goof character.
He's not a
It was
goofy.
nice
He's
to
a
see
goofy
him as
character,
almost
but
a
in a different way. Like he's a
yeah.
super serious
He's not
goofy
Will
character.
Ferrell levels of
No,
goofy, or at least normal Will Ferrell. It's
I
not
hate Will
Elf.
Ferrell. I hate Ferrell and stuff.
I
Like
remember you were telling me that you were like, "I hate him. I love Stranger Than Fiction," and I was like, "That's got him." You're like, "Yeah, no, but that one's different."
because he's actually
It's true
not.
though.
He's not
Yeah,
typecast as a
he's a
dumbass.
completely different character. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like him and Meg. He was in Megamind.
Yes, he was the blue guy. He
Megamind.
was Megamind.
Yeah, Megamind's great.
It was a great movie. I was surprised just based on the plot and especially the memes you see. It actually was a good movie,
It's a
and it's
really good
not as
movie.
dumb as it sounds from all the
Oh, it's
memes.
it's dumb. It's dumb, but it's dumb in like the best way possible.
Yeah, it's like a fun dumb though. From the memes, it almost looks like it's, you know, a cry for help.
It's all about it's all about presentation. How he's trying to
Yeah,
like save the world from the like he
yeah.
does. It's
I'm
great.
a villain. You're a villain. What makes you better? The first thing about being a supervillain is presentation.
Like oh my god,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
great movie. Another
It's
movie.
the
Just
difference between a general just thug and the Joker. It's presentation. Gotta have some class.
yep,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, and ironically, I think that applies to a lot of things in general that Xbox needs to work on.
Hmm.
They might have some cool ideas, but they're not presenting them well or marketing them well, or vice versa. They'll market something well, but then the product isn't as good. It's kind of wild to me. And then they'll just do, not shadow drops like Hi-Fi, but they're not even talking about the new Age of Empires expansion. I saw that from a YouTube vid today, but I haven't seen anyone really
Wait, this
talking
is
about
this
it.
New Age of Vampires expansion?
Yeah, they're bringing Rome back from the first one. There's going to be like 18
Did Age of Empires
new.
2 come out for console yet?
Oh, yeah. I've actually been playing it now and then. It's fun. That happened in January, but that's what I mean. No one talks about it, even though that's a huge IP. That's awesome. The game's fun. It's crossplay. There's so much content. And people don't even know it came out. Ugh,
I didn't even realize it came out. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
It's a lot of fun, too. They have so much in that game. And with the Rome expansion, they're adding new and old, like 18 different tribes and groups. They're
Is this
adding,
for 2 or
yeah, it's just based on some Rome stuff from the first one. Um,
oh, okay. So instead of like redoing the first one,
yeah,
actually, I think
they're
that's
like
fair. I
jabbing
think
things.
that's fine. Like I think that's a better way to do it actually.
Totally. Especially on this new engine and with all the other stuff. Group it together, make it playable in one place. Don't sell it as a different game you open and have to deal with.
Yeah. Some things I don't mind that, but
Yeah.
the game's
Oh,
dead
as a
though.
quick aside, I've noticed all the doom and gloom for Xbox just started right after we had just said the good thing that was happening because they've
Oh,
announced their quarter free FY23 stuff. Gaming revenue declined 4%. Content and services grew by 3%, and hardware is down 30%. And I'm already seeing stuff like this. It's over for Xbox. They're done. Until tomorrow when the CMA approves, then we might be back up. Xbox is on the up, but I don't know. It's bad news every other day, and it'll just keep repeating until Starfield or something. And then Gene came in. Superstar for you. Very helpful, Gene. Thank you. But yes, it's frustrating to see stuff like that where it's everyone's always doom and gloom. It feels like, and no offense to people with multiple
Yeah, but I'm
personality
looking at this
disorder.
Benji sales here. The content and services grew by 3%.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize how big that is.
I
Three
think that
percent sounds small
I
until
think
you
the thing
realize
with
how big the number is.
I think with console sales being down like revenue being down 30%, remember, they kept the price because this would have been around this is last year. Oh, this would have been
Um,
around Christmas. This would have been over Christmas, wouldn't it?
yeah, it was right on it because if they're
Okay,
talking
so
about
remember in certain
financial
areas they
year,
did not increase the price of the Series S despite basically selling them at not a loss, I want to say, but at reduced
definitely
profit.
less of a profit. Yeah,
Yeah, in places like Japan.
this is also without any of the big first names at the time,
Yeah, and
and
that's the thing. I expect the quarter four or
especially with Hi-Fi
they're
around that time.
well, Hi-Fi did get launched there, but that probably like you're still gonna sell consoles. But the thing is, there was no big title to push. And this
Yeah,
year, like the end of the year, what do we have to look forward to still?
yeah.
Like Starfield's right there. I think that's gonna be a big
Starfield,
push.
Redfall.
Yeah,
It might not sound as big right now, but that's still a big first party.
like I understand that people are like, "Oh, it's doom and gloom because the hardware's down 30%." Yeah, the hardware's down 30% because people who wanted them got them, and now you're trying
Exactly.
to market people. Yeah, when you couldn't get it, then it's like it's gonna be you're selling 100% of whatever.
Yeah.
Now you're
Not
having
just
some
that.
sort of
When you have hardware in general, it's never going to be staying up forever. You only, unless something breaks, need to buy it once. It's not like games where, you might get a copy for your friend, or you're getting more than one copy in general to play on multiple platforms in your house. You don't need tons of Xboxes. And once
oh,
enough
I
people have them,
need another one. I could use another one.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I could always have another one, but I'm not about to buy one. Mr. Nine monitors and a laptop.
My mother's yeah, that's not for this task. It's for the TV. So my
Yeah,
brother can use my games
no, of course.
because the Xbox One is not playing everything like it used to. So
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, that happens just over time, and I get it. Especially, is it just a base Xbox One?
Xbox One S
And
on
One
the
S.
TV.
Uh, So that's
It's fun.
almost a decade old at this point, which is crazy.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's over there. It's doing whatever, and
Just
it's
doing
fine.
whatever.
It's just the thing is, it's like if I want to go play on the sofa, I can't.
Yeah.
Uh, what was that about a new dashboard coming to?
So I've heard two things. One of them was like Jez is saying, "Oh, it's great. It looks good. They've been listening." But then also, I had heard, I don't know if this was Jez also or just rumored, they didn't change much about the dynamic background problem. So I don't know what they've changed because for the dynamic background problem, it's not anything to do with the background. It's more shit in the foreground, so you can't see the background.
Sixers got which does he recommend start and finish before Redfall next Tuesday? And everyone's like Doki Doki Literature Club. Just ruin the man. Just ruin the man, guys.
Oh, I mean,
Ruin
I,
him.
I love that game. He's in for a fun, healthy time with that one. Just a cute,
Only
romantic
Monica.
time.
Only Monica.
And maybe Yuri, but wear a suit of
Only
armor or something,
Monica.
stab protection. What about only Yuri with Monica? Then it's Yuri with Yuri.
It's a Lily.
You know, One of the things I've been playing recently, it was really good, Inscription. And they have a really cool mechanic that doesn't work right now on the Xbox, and it bugged the game so I can't finish it yet, which makes me very sad. And I only say that because I just saw it in the background of my screen. It is such a fantastic game, and I'm so glad we finally got it. I think one of the things people forget with all the doom and gloom, we have been doing better. We
Oh man,
have been
there's so
getting
many
games.
games. There's been so many games this year.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's frustrating when they miss us still. I don't know what the fuck's up with Square. I'm so sad that
funny
not
you
Legacy,
mentioned
Legends skipped
Square.
us.
So I actually uh purchased a relatively cheap copy of Final Fantasy 15. Now, it is going to remain sealed until a time. I put this out there. This
You're
is a
holding it
legitimate thing.
hostage.
I'm not holding it hostage. It's gonna remain sealed until a time where Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy 16 are announced for Xbox, and then I will open it up and stream playing through the entire game. I'm not gonna try and thousand it because I'm not that kind of guy. I don't want to commit to that kind of thing, but I will beat it.
You don't want to play 15 for 1,500 hours?
I don't even know what. I don't know what you need to do the thousand, so I'm not gonna claim that. But
Well,
I
at
will
this
at
point,
least
it's
beat
way
this
more than
story.
1,000 because of all the
Oh
episodes.
yeah.
Plus,
Is this
technically,
the Royal Edition? Yeah, it is the Royal Edition. It is a Royal
yeah,
Edition coming, and I was gonna
and
have it
technically it
for.
has some of the multiplayer achievements on there, but then they repeat on the multiplayer thing because they decided to make it a standalone. So that's weird.
It has a multiplayer. What? I didn't even know Final Fantasy multiplayer.
Oh, that's what frustrated me. It was actually really cool, and then they didn't expound upon it and did nothing with it. You like created your own character, and you got to play with up to 3 friends and do that combat that 15 has, but with everybody at once instead of like the AI fucking off and doing God knows what. And it was
Yeah,
cool.
I know I'm in for displeasure. It's going to go on easy mode, but I'm doing it and I'm putting it out there. And I will, when I actually have the physical copy in hand, I will put the tweet out. So
But
it'll be.
people don't buy games on Xbox. Xbox only play Game Pass.
Well, I
Who needs
actually
it?
also picked up with it an OG Xbox game that I presume is sealed.
What'd you get?
GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
Ooh,
I've heard it is
Gold
actually pretty good,
classic.
and that was with my physical copy of After Image. But because of the apparent federal strike happening here, postal workers are not working right now. So
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of fun chaos always going on, isn't there? It's always something.
it is, yeah. So yeah, so I can't play it right now, but hopefully I can get some footage of that for next week. I'm actually gonna move this clip to the next one because I believe this is yes. Minecraft Legends. Let's talk about it some more because I have played it and come to the conclusion that this is not the game for me.
So, I'm a bit mixed because I had fun with it so far. I like the way they're handling things, but I'm not fully convinced it's the game for me either yet. And I only say that because I haven't played with multiple people yet, and I wish there was a few changes with the combat, but I did enjoy my time with it, and I wouldn't say it was a bad game by any means. I also think it's huge, the legs that they've given this game, and what they're doing with the game is like, I don't want to say end game, in terms of more content. Um, as you had said, they've already announced they're going to be adding story content every month. They also have, it's like a daily mission kind of thing, or like a weekly challenge, and they change that out constantly with new stuff. There's new content that you can get, always being added, legends, myths, skins for your characters, and it's all with the same Minecraft coin community currency.
It seems to
So
be it also seems to be in the Minecraft engine, so
yes, and that surprised us. We thought it was Unreal last week, right?
yeah,
And it
I
turned out
was
to be
because no, it's not Unreal. It is just the same. It's
Yeah,
pretty performant though. Like honestly, if you're interested in kind of RTS type games, it's pretty good.
yeah.
I like it.
I was surprised to see how well it was implemented, only because we'd kind of seen some gameplay, uh, but we didn't get hands-on with anything until the game actually launched.
Well, we
So,
saw some stuff, but it wasn't like, if I'm being honest, it was not super good. Shooting
what, the
hat.
stuff we saw?
What we saw was like when you're talking about it's somewhat strategy game. It's an RTS style game. We're talking about a game like this. It's not as obvious to people
Yeah,
how it's going to play out. So, but
I
it
can
does have
definitely agree with
Minecraft
that.
attached to it, so it's going to do
Yeah,
good.
and it ran really great. I didn't have any crashes or bugs. Um, of course, Minecraft things in general tend to be pretty spit shined, uh, since that's how big they are. And I don't want to say it's like the Mario or Zelda equivalent for Microsoft and Mojang, but they tend to try to get these things at a very nice level before release, which I appreciate because all games should do that, and they don't these days, like at all. I will say though that there were certain aspects to this game I appreciated that I didn't know they would try to do, and I hope they can implement in other games they do. Like when you walk around and you walk near the wheat, your guy will automatically eat it with his horse, and you'll get a speed boost for a bit. You find a mushroom patch, and suddenly you can jump twice as high and you don't have fall damage. I like that the world kind of opened up and had weird but creative things that made sense to the in-game Minecraft universe, but could also work as buffs for your character. So I hope they do stuff like that more often because I enjoy Minecraft, but it has been out for, over a decade, and it gets harder to do the exact same thing all the time. It's nice that they mix it up a bit.
I found the
So I hope they keep
gathering
doing it.
mechanic that they're trying to explain here to be a little bit wonko, and how you
In
have
what
to
way?
okay, so you have to like select it before you bring up the thing to collect to
Oh yeah, with the D-pad.
yeah, well,
Or
it's
oh yeah, that's
right
right. You play
bumper, left
controller.
bumper, yeah, and it was
Yeah,
like I
I had messed
don't.
around with the controls a bit. I had a similar thing. I at one point I was like, oh,
It's
instead of
clunky.
holding the thing down, yeah, I could try clicking it. And then when I tried that, I still ended up holding it a few times. I'm like, no, this doesn't feel right either. Uh, the controls do get a bit easier, and you adjust, but there's also a bit of clunkiness that I was like, I hope they find a way to smooth this out or make this a little bit less of a
Like
less of a
another time
hurdle.
about like, oh, you can gather the stone or whatever, and it's like, okay, but I'm not a fan of how this system works. I get that you have only so many gatherer type characters that can do things, and
Yeah.
you have to manage them because it's an RTS.
Oh, wait until you get. I mean, I can also dig up diamond, redstone, coal, gold, and you get the D-pad where you have to choose. You see how you have the little
Yeah, I
building
know, and
selected
it's
on the
more,
left?
and then you have to go up and down, and it's like there's
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait until you get like the base building and all the tons of little guys, and then it fills up too much, so you have to go to your like
yeah,
spellbook inventory
yeah.
and
I do
equip
get
the
to the
ones you like.
spellbook bit,
Okay.
but was it not? What's that guy's name again?
Who?
There, knowledge, the little one.
Yeah.
He gets
I
stuck.
loved.
Okay. No, so I'm over here, right? I'm trying to figure out where he is because he's talking to me. Like up, like move up a bit. He starts talking to me, and I'm like, what? 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 He gets stuck somewhere, and I can just hear him talking out of the side of my. I'm like, what is going on?
I love how they did that too. I had a feeling for the characters they do something similar, where it's like,
I
here's the
wish
big
I
guy.
could tell you who the Japanese voice actor is. I swear I have heard his voice before. I can like almost place it,
He's
but it's
also the Red Power Ranger. It's
Common
crazy.
Rider, my man, Common Rider.
But that's true in Japan. It's with the Sentai.
Super Sentai, yes.
Super duper. Um, what was I saying? Yes, I had a feeling they'd do like tiny guy, deep voice. I expected gravelly, but I appreciate what they did. And I was like, oh, big guy, he'll have a tiny baby voice. And then it did that too. And I was like, yeah, this is the kind of weirdness I always expect.
He's got like a kind of cute voice in Japanese.
Yeah, it sounds like an
He
innocent
reminds
child kind of thing.
yeah.
And
And
then you've
if
got,
Minecraft can do this, then every other first party Xbox game can have good Japanese voice casting.
yeah,
I have spoken.
localization in general is important for everything. I
Yeah.
remember Revik was upset because like, ugh, and it looks like they're not releasing this in Italian. And it's like, yeah, he might, be able to speak other languages, but there's nothing like being able to hear and play in your native tongue. And, you gotta make, at
It's also
least
good
for
for
the
people
big
who are
first parties.
learning,
Yeah,
right?
for the big first parties, you gotta get that. It doesn't have to be every game. For your big ones, yeah, do it. Kind of important. Uh, Speaking of, he's actually sending me a lot of messages.
Uh,
Let me just check.
no, I seem to be okay on the message front here. I seem to be caught up on everything.
I got 7. He's sending me a lot of Benji stuff.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? No excuse for. Oh, hold on. I can't allow. Monitor went crazy here.
So he's actually,
I do agree with that. That is 100% true. Like, you should be able to hire good voice actors always.
yeah, at least for your big stuff. I'm not saying you
I
have
also
to
hate that I
break the
can't
bank.
find who it is in a different language, and they're not all just listed. Like this, like they're obviously credited somewhere.
Yeah,
It should be credited everywhere. I don't understand why there isn't just like this is the person. They magically transports over here, but he was talking to me from like God knows where.
I feel like he probably tried to cross that little bridge you made and fell off. Didn't know how to get
I
back.
put it on a weird angle because I could.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, Revik had sent me. Benji was saying these are actually better results than either I or Microsoft were expecting. Hardware is as bad as I've said on Twitter and YouTube, but overall the revenue and content is better than we thought. Microsoft was forecasting declines on everything, but it actually grew. So yes, pleasantly surprised by this. The doom and gloom around Xbox is definitely overblown outside of hardware. Need to fix a lot on the first party and software side and improve hardware performance, but this could have been a lot worse. So
Speaking of hardware performance getting fixed, Resident Evil 4 got a patch this week.
it did with mixed results.
It fixed most of the weird ghosting. Uh, like it doesn't go nasty with the
The pop-ins.
texture pop-ins as bad as it was. Like it
Yeah.
was,
They also fixed the dead zones, and I know that was huge for you.
they fixed it. It was already fixed with the mercenaries patch, but they improved upon it. So
Gotcha. The one thing I
it's
heard they did mess up though was they, for some reason, toned down some of the resolution and
that was the
the
last
graphics in
patch,
general.
not this week's patch. This week's patch actually fixed that apparently.
Oh, there was a second patch since the
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There was
well, I'm
the one you
behind.
think it was on the 7th, but there was one
Yes.
this week. So
Oh, gotcha.
so
I'm behind.
apparently Capcom is paying attention, but
Yeah.
which is good. It's good. It needs to be fixed. I'm still disappointed I can't do this cast.
Yeah. Plus, like with anything, communication would be nice. It wouldn't be as annoying if I knew they knew about it and they announced that they were either working on it or that it was seen. I remember you had to ask me, you're like, Are you dealing with this? Like, I've been looking up, the dead zone's been bugging me." You have to almost wonder, is it something on your side? Is it your hardware? It's
Yeah, do I
much
have a
more
bad
appreciated.
controller? Like it's
Yeah. It's super nice when they're like, "Hey, we know this is here. We're gonna try to fix it as soon as we can." Even if they're like, "We can't get to it right this second, but it is on the agenda." That eases so many minds because there's nothing worse than playing a game and having a really shitty experience with a bug or something, and you look it up and no one's ever heard of it. You can't find anything anywhere. You're like, oh, so this is
Or
exclusively
it's the
screwing me over.
or it's my absolute favorite of all memes. Me too. And the guy's
Yes,
drowning and he's just clapping
yeah,
hands. Yeah.
exactly. Like he's trying to get help and he just reaches down and high fives him.
High fives. Yeah. That's
Cool, thanks, but that doesn't fix anything. Yeah, I helped. Yeah, and that's how I felt with Inscription recently. I hadn't heard anything for a bit, was looking all over, and I'm like, ugh, I was having so much fun with this. Is this exclusively my copy? Is it my Xbox? What's happening?
is
And
my save
then,
data just messed up? Because that happens with
exactly.
games too.
Oh, and I was like, I don't want to start this over. I'm so close to the end. I've spent hours on this. And then I found on Twitter the guy who made the game was like, yeah, we're looking into it. We know it's a problem. We're trying to fix it. But it wasn't anywhere else. It was just on Twitter. And I get it. It's not exactly the one dude's job. It should be the people who are all working on the game or announcing it on the game's Twitter. But like, it would be
It's
nice
always
to know
Justin.
that
Yeah, it's always Justin. It's just Justin.
it's me. I break what I touch. Ugh. It's it's been such a weird, half depressed, half happy kind of week. I feel like everyone is constantly flip flopping lately.
I
Like
mean,
the feel
considering from
good news.
last week, it's like some days it's like, oh, everything's positive, and then the next
Exactly.
minute it's like everyone's being crazy, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, it's almost like I knew they should have done this. It's so great they finally did it. And then 10 minutes later, it's like they're always fucking up. I can't trust them. I hate this. And it's like, guys, calm down. Just chill for a bit. Ugh. And, I don't know why I'm expecting anything but chaos on Twitter. That site thrives on it. So, the more time you spend on it, the less brain cells you'll have, unfortunately. Social media in general. But yeah, it seems like everyone's so happy with the doom and gloom and getting stuck on that, but they don't ever want to get stuck on the positive things or just let some time pass before making crazy decisions. Yeah, the gaming community in general loves to jump the gun. I mean, did had we talked about oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? The tweet Jeff had made?
Oh, oh God, I don't talk about this on the show, but I guess so. Apparently, if you want to be really dumb
And we
and you
do.
want to say something and get people riled up, all you have to do is have some sort of podcast following and say something negative about a first party Xbox game to get everyone riled up, and then to get Aaron Greenberg to comment. So Jeff Grubb, I didn't actually watch the clip on his podcast or whatever, but
Mm.
he had stated something like Microsoft wasn't happy with the
Yeah, the
sales
sales of Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi Rush,
He's like, oh, this
and I'm
game
like,
failed.
what? Why would you? I don't understand Jeff Grubb sometimes. Like,
Mm.
honestly, he's always kind of doom and gloomy in my opinion. He's another guy I just don't really care for his particular
Input?
type of reporting. It always
Yeah.
feels it's easier just to doom and gloom and be like, oh, this is awful, than do anything. So do I really think that what he said was it was dumb? Because I think they said it was like 2 million people played it. I'm like, why would they care about sales, since that's
Yeah,
not
well,
what
that's the
they're
other thing. They don't care about sales, especially on first parties. That's one of the reasons they put it straight into Game Pass. That's not the metric they're looking for. They're looking for engagement and how many people are on the subservice, how many people are playing the game in general, and that did great. And it was so weird that he said that because they had said it did great. The
Yeah, they said it before it
Microsoft
did great.
itself, yeah, Microsoft itself, the people who made the game, like Jonah and you know, Tango in general, everyone's happy with it. Jeff comes in and says, I don't know if Microsoft's happy with it. And all the fans are like, it undersold, it's terrible, it's garbage. To the point where Jeff was then like, it looks like I was wrong on this, They're looking at it differently. I guess it's not about sales. I don't know why everyone's like getting crazy about this. And when he said that, I just, I could not see straight. I was so annoyed. I'm like, dude, you
Maybe you should
know
just
how
shut.
stupid, exactly. You know how stupid the gaming community is. You know they're gonna run with whatever you say. You cannot pretend to act surprised when you say stupid shit, and people are now quoting you for said stupid shit. They're going to use it as console war fuel. They're going to
Yep.
argue. You knew this would happen. Do not pretend to look for sympathy and surprise when it happens. Idiotic. He's been in this business way long enough to know that's exactly how this works. Because he does this all the time to get that kind of attention. And I get it. You need the clicks. You need people to listen to your crap. You say something divisive. You don't take too much of a stance, so either way, people can talk about it. But you had to know this was going to happen. If you aren't 100% sure, do not report it. And I get it. Sometimes you follow a lead or a rumor. But if you are not sure, do not sign your name and say, I did this, I figured it out, this is on me. And then get surprised when people quote you for the thing you said. It's. Ugh. He's not a bad person. I'm not trying to say that. I just. I always get frustrated with people pretending to act surprised when gamers, quote unquote, do stupid shit. They've been doing stupid shit for decades. This
Tell
isn't
the
new.
Fox News. Yep, it's basically these people are trying to
Oh,
be the Fox News of gaming, I guess.
exactly. And the good thing, I just have to bring this up. Tucker Carlson, one of the most annoying guys at Fox News, got fired recently. I just found that out. Oh, it's great. The memes will probably still continue, but luckily I won't have to see annoying clips of him anymore. At least not with people pretending it's political. He'll probably do some weird shit somewhere else. But yay, that has nothing to do with games. I'm just happy about that.
I don't have to deal with Fox News, thankfully.
Oh, I don't watch any of it,
I don't
but
watch TV, but when you're entertainment news, so whatever.
yeah, he's just a very annoying person. So I'm glad I don't have to. My stepdad will watch it now and then, or I'll see clips online. And I'm like, oh, this dude has such a punchable face. Would love to punch.
CNN.
Uh, we tell jokes here.
We
We
tell
have
jokes.
fun.
Okay. I don't know, but Jeff Grubb, man, just oh, crazy.
Yeah, it just seemed like a very
It was a dumb
poor
thing to
decision.
say,
Yeah,
and it backfired in face, and it's just like, okay, that's what you
yeah.
got to do, sir.
Well, exactly. You had to know it was either going to be something you could run with, and
It's just every once every 5 years.
5 years is way too far in between. I think you should get one free punch a year. And here's the reason why. If you use that one punch on someone, they're going to have to think about it. They're going to be like, wow, that guy used his one punch for free a year on me. Maybe I'm the problem. If you only get one per year, and you can't save them up, you got to use it or else it expires. You just get one free punch. The government checks it off. They're like, all right, you use your punch. You're in trouble next time you do it. But that one punch, you can get all that frustration out. It's like the purge, but with way less killing and I assume way less rioting and looting. But you get one free punch. God, that'd be great. Oh, you could even do delivery like, hi, the mailman comes and punches you in the face. And it's like, no, no, no. Bill from down the street, like he got a delivery punch.
Punch delivery. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Amazon. Dude, how many jobs would that create? Who wouldn't want to be the guy that goes around all day punching people? Like, all right, Debbie's punch, you check it off. All right, now we have Cynthia down the road. I have to punch someone for her. We'd be creating
I don't.
jobs.
You should be creating jobs of violence and maybe hurting someone. I don't know. It may be a little
Exactly.
too far. I think the open-handed slap might be better.
Well, that's good too. Even an open-handed slap. Anything that just releases that frustration and sends the message.
Backhand. It's like, do you set a backhand for open
Exactly.
hand?
Are we
Like,
talking
what do you
pimp
want?
slap? You just save up for one of those really big pimp slaps.
Yeah, give it the
Bam!
pimp
Hit him with the
slap.
foam finger if you have to. Yeah, there needs to be
I'd
Yeah.
be a little, I think it's a little too much, a little too violent for me. But
The open hand slap or the free punch?
the Mike Tyson in his prime would be
I
Mike
mean,
Tyson beating people up. No thanks.
yeah, at that point, it's just a purge again. It's just back to killing
Yeah, we're
people.
back to killing people. We don't need
One
to go
free
there.
ear chew. Oh,
I can't believe
delicious.
that's still relevant all these years later. I
I
remember
mean,
that was
it's
happening.
gotta
Oh
be.
my god.
Oh,
Oh my god. But yeah, it's I don't know. Is there anything else in the news besides Microsoft saying they're gonna close over the FTC? Which
uh,
I kind of don't blame them for, because the FTC is being dumb, and
yeah.
Congress is literally wrecking them over the coals.
Oh God, yeah. Well, it's because not only were they found out for doing stupid shit, but they don't have any reason for doing said stupid shit, and their excuses are even worse. Uh, I, I don't think we've missed anything big like that to cover, at least for Xbox.
Well,
It's been a
actually, I
decently
had
quiet year.
actually let's talk about this because I thought it was cool. On the weekend, I think it was Friday, I put it up, and I got a lot of replies. So yeah. Console war nonsense aside, was the tweet. What games are people hoping to see in June? Let's
Oh
go through some of these
yes.
quick. So I got I replied on some of them with fun, but someone's here talking about Mortal Kombat 12, new Dungeon Siege. That'd be interesting. Is anyone
Yeah, that'd be
actually
pretty
doing anything
cool.
with Dungeon Siege? Microsoft better than the FTC, yeah.
I don't think they are.
New Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain's in this tweet. Metroid Prime 4. I don't know if we're actually going to see Metroid Prime 4 anytime soon. I think it's going to
Yeah,
be a next gen Switch thing at this point because they're still
I
hiring
wouldn't be
people.
surprised if they do announce something like that because they've already said with Tears of the Kingdom coming out, this is the last Zelda game that's coming on the Switch. It's not super surprising. I mean, technically, that means it could be anywhere from 8 years out, but I think they're trying to wrap up the base Switch, personally.
Probably. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's also got Silent Hill 2, which I don't know how much I feel about the remake, but that's fine.
I'm
Balan
so
Wonderworld
mixed.
2, because Balan Wonderworld is a wondrous treat, and people who say it was bad didn't actually give it a chance.
Gee, I wonder who wrote that one.
No,
Crazy.
this is not Bad Lad. I
Really?
haven't even gotten to Mad Lad's list yet. There are other people out there besides Mad Lad and me that like Balan Wonderworld. It's
Well, of course, but
actually
it was just and anyone who doesn't like it is, crazy. Oh,
that's
that
not what the
has to be
tweet
King.
says. I added that.
Oh,
Objection.
okay.
Just Cause 5? I don't know. I've never been a Just Cause person.
The first two were great. The third was less great story wise, but good mechanic wise, and the fourth one was a shit show. I'm hearing a lot of Square games though. I don't know if we'll see them.
That's this guy's list. So, well, Legacy
Although,
of Kain, Tomb Raider, and Perfect Dark and Alone in the Dark, which are also on this list, are not
yeah,
Square games.
yeah. Well, at least not anymore for some of them,
Yeah.
because they decided to sell them off dirt cheap, and hopefully Embracer does something with them.
Well,
What do
we'll
you think
probably see
about the
something.
rumors that they're holding it for Microsoft? Any validity in your eyes, or
The
is it
Embracer's
just
holding
hearsay?
the the holding. I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
believe
Embracer.
so, but I
I don't.
also wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft tried to buy it off them.
It's possible, maybe. It really depends, but I don't
Yeah, oh
know.
yeah. Anyway,
Valtier's talking
continue.
about a surprise because there's also Nintendo stuff in here. So I'm just gonna
Oh yeah.
Fire Emblem 4 remake. He's hoping for. I don't think that's gonna
Ooh.
happen.
I'd love more Fire Emblem, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Um, Indiana Jones is one I saw come up a
Technically,
couple
that's
times.
supposed to be coming, yeah. We don't know when, but
Alien Dark Descent looks cool. Is that the
I
Aliens
believe
Dark
that's the
Descent?
Tactics one
Yeah, it's
they just
Tactics
showed.
one. Yeah,
That
I.
does look really cool.
It does
Ooh.
look cool.
They definitely
Let's
need to
see
do more
here.
in that
Okay,
universe.
here's the Mad Lad list. The start ones. It's a long list. His is Alone in the Dark, Layers of Fear, the non-money hatted Silent Hill projects, Avowed, Hellblade 2, Everwild. I still think Everwild's vaporware. Squad
I
Tactics.
I don't know. I think it's more likely that it's stuck in development hell, just because
Everwild? I don't know.
it seemed like they didn't know what they wanted to do with it for the longest time, and I'm sure once they found what they might have wanted to do, it was already like delayed due to COVID and just put on the back burner because they didn't have priority with it. It seems like it's more of a background fun project made with passion and not something that's got a due
I
date.
I could not tell you. I don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. Hold on, where was I? Everwild was what? Yeah, Stella Blade he's talking about. Whatever. What's Stella Blade called again?
Uh,
I thought they changed it.
I think they changed it to Stellar Blade.
Oh, okay. Um, a new Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever they call it. That's a quote, direct quote from this tweet. Xenoblade Chronicles X. A new
I
3D
mean, it'd be
Mario.
great if we actually got that.
A new 3D
We,
Mario, maybe.
Miyamoto said we would be seeing one soon to keep an eye out because, of course, with the movie coming out, everyone's like, "When more Mario?"
Yeah. Metroid Prime 4. These are all reasonably safe bets. And then he's got weird stretch ones, which are actually kind of funny. So I'll start reading those. Devil's Third Remastered. I never actually
That'd be
got to play
great.
Devil's Third, so
It's
yeah.
basically like a Chinese knockoff game of action shooters, and it's hilarious. And I don't think it's supposed to be, but it's hilarious,
I'd say about the same
ridiculously
devs
so.
that did Wanted Dead.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so
think Devil's Third was exclusive to the Wii U though, so I mean
yes.
that tells you a lot right there.
Uh Beetle Adventure Racing remake? I have no idea what that is. I'm just reading these because it's the Mad Lad collection. These are always funny. Banjo 3E. It's been long
I
enough.
wouldn't
It's
say
tough.
that's crazy enough to be in the far-fetched section, although
Banjo
it's definitely
3E?
not soon. Yeah, like a
Oh,
new
they were
Banjo game.
teasing it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
didn't someone tease it
just
in a
keep
tweet and then follow it up with like,
it's a joke,
I was just
guys.
kidding."
It's a
Yeah.
joke. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe it. Hold on. Buffy and Buffy Chaos Bleeds remakes. I'm assuming those are the Buffy games on the original Xbox.
Yeah, I think the Buffy the Vampire Slayer one.
They were actually like kind of cool from what I remember, and I'm actually trying to track down copies actively at the moment.
Yeah, one of them was really fun.
I don't know. I'm trying to track them down. I'm going to a convention soon, so I got money. Uh, Senekagaru 7-Eleven only on the new Switch Pro slash PC.
Huh.
It's just the way it was written. I had to read it. Zelda 2
Yeah,
and F-Zero GX remakes? Possibly.
Zelda
Paper
2 could
Mario 1
definitely.
and 2 remasters? I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Well, there has been rumors that the Thousand Year Door remake is actually being worked on, but I'm way more worried about that because Miyamoto hates JRPGs, and I don't want him to
He hates
butcher.
story in games.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons he dislikes it so much. He doesn't like
Yeah,
that it's
because
a focus.
all the story or whatever was not. Yeah, I don't know. If he's involved with it, it's gonna be a problem. New Spyro,
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Does he have Billy Hatcher on there? Because I'm hoping for a Billy Hatcher.
I don't know. We'll see. Vigilante 8. Sneaking. God,
I'd play a new Sneak King, 100%.
you
Burger King,
playing
get on that.
sneak? Hold on. He's got a lot of ones. Hold on. Batman Arkham Trilogy remasters. I don't think you need to do the last one.
I mean, it's hard to
The
say that they
first one,
need remasters only
I think
because
the
didn't
first one
they
could
port them?
use. I think the first one could use like a coat of paint,
Yeah.
but other
Uh,
than that, I think it's a pretty solid game. Hold on.
Plus, with the Arkham
A
collection, they
new
already have.
Superman game that isn't collecting rings.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking Superman 64 needs a remake specifically with the rings coming back. Hashtag make Superman 64 great again.
Uh,
Or for the first time, not again.
he's got Mortal Kombat 12 again here.
A new Mortal Kombat and a new Soul Calibur would be
Oh,
great.
Mortal Kombat 12. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's sorry. There was someone else. Was the other one? Dead or Alive
Gotcha.
Dimensions remakes. Deep
I would love
Fear.
more Dead or Alive.
I have not heard Deep Fear in a very long
Code Fear
time.
would be cool.
Oh, hey, man after my own heart. Resident Evil Zero, Code Veronica. I
Yes.
don't know about remakes, but Zero definitely needs to be remade.
I think they both deserve it. I know you don't like Veronica, but imagine if they made it good. What if?
I think there's source material. I think there's too much in there that you should just make a new game.
They definitely could.
Just make a new game instead. Mega Man Legends Collection. I think that's just a
I
matter
agree,
of
same.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super frustrated because as a huge Mega Man fan and someone who grew up with those on the Game Boy Advance, and I
Interlive
think a
volleyball. Yeah.
few, yeah, they need to bring that back. Um, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of those. I really want them to come. I have to assume there's something in the works. That's a weird skip from Capcom, and I don't think that'll stick. I don't think it'll be Final Fantasy VII remake levels of bullshit.
I hope
I could
not.
be wrong. Yeah, I could
I
be
hope
wrong,
not.
but I hope not.
Uh, Balan Wonderworld 2 is here, of course. This is Mad Lad, the Mad Lad
Just
collection.
two? He didn't add some kind of crazy subtitle for the game?
No, it doesn't need a crazy subtitle. It's a really good game. It it gets
It
crapped
was
on because
fun, but
it gets crapped on because it
it
doesn't have like
slurs.
super deep mechanics, and they pulled Yuji Naka off the project for the last
Yeah.
like 12 months.
And then we
So
found out he was doing a lot of not cool stuff anyway.
I don't know if he actually did the cool stuff. Cultural content
Yeah.
war, yeah, the new cultural content warning on Mega Man stuff was weird.
What? Oh,
Yeah, the
they
on the collection, the new collection, the Battle Network
yeah,
one.
I forgot that they said that on that because there's so much woke culture bullshit in general. You hear it, you just kind of assume everyone's doing it. But it is weird because I've beaten a lot of those games. I don't remember any cultural and
There's
sensitive
probably
stuff.
something that's overweight or gay people. I'm assuming
Oh,
because
you're
it was
probably
just
right.
that that was
I was
just the
trying to
style at the
think.
time. If I'm
Yeah, I
being
was trying to
100%
think
honest.
I'm like I don't remember any racial stuff or but you're right. It doesn't have to be racial at this point. It could be
No.
a fat joke, which it's obviously not nice to make fat jokes. I wouldn't say it's super culturally insensitive though, and a war crime, which is how some people treat it.
Yeah. Actual Hellblade 2 gameplay. This is someone else. This is
Hmm.
J117. Spider-Man 2 gameplay from PlayStation, and people not sure about what's going on with Switch. Let's see here. Bunny said they don't know PlayStation 5, but for Xbox, they'd like to see more Fable and Starfield stuff. Fair. I honestly, I'm gonna feign ignorance on the Battle Network stuff. I never played any of them. I watched the show when it was on at my house. If that makes any
I did
sense.
enjoy the show. Well, that was something else that frustrated me recently, just because they're like, they're coming to everyone but Xbox. Also, the soundtrack's available. Also, you can watch every episode on Twitch now. And it's like, cool, you're doing all these things. Can I play the game? I want to play the game. No, not you. Also, here's new merch.
Yeah. Get Fable Starfield and Xenoblade Chronicles X getting ported. People want.
Glad someone said Starfield. People just assume, it's going to be great, but nothing against it. I would like to see more improved gunplay from what we saw last time. Not that it was awful or anything, but it didn't feel like
I don't know. I have a
it was a focal
feeling
point.
that it's might not be my kind of game, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna try and tell people that they shouldn't like a game. What's
Yeah.
this one? This one just hit Starfield. Yeah, more Starfield. Another one. Someone talking about Wolverine and Spider-Man.
I
The
mean,
thing is that they implied that the Wolverine game was going to be exclusive, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily will be
yeah.
actually exclusive. So
Especially with all the stuff that's going on right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's announced as a console exclusive temporarily and then goes somewhere. But Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it's an exclusive game. And not that I'm not excited for another Spider-Man game. I love the first one. I I haven't seen enough from it that seems like more than the first one was. It just, especially with the Miles Morales thing, where it was basically an expansion and it wasn't really its own game, and they sold that for full price. I'm gonna need to actually be wowed before I end up spending any more money on those games. Um, and hopefully there's something to do after you beat the main story because I was bored swinging around the city looking for more fights and stuff to do because I'm like, I like this. I like the combat, the story. Let's just do more of anything. And I couldn't find anything to do. I had already platinumed it and I ran out of stuff. So I was like, oh, I guess I just can't play this anymore. I ran out of fun to have. So hopefully they find a way to do something with that in the next one.
Yeah. Next one was someone talking for Star Fox to return.
That'd be
And
great if it was actual
their
Star
direct
Fox.
quote was, "You have no idea how hellbent I am on seeing Star Fox return." And their Fox McCloud crossplayer, it's in their thing. So I said, "Looks at username," and then sent a nodding Pop Team Epic gift. Games. Ah, yes, but I prefer gameplay button.
Well, here's my question though. When he says Star Fox, does he mean Star Fox N64 or does he mean the furry adventure game on GameCube?
Star Fox temperatures. I don't know. Someone mentioned a game Crimson Desert I had never heard of before, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh,
What's
it's some
that
sort
one
of
about?
third-person actiony game.
Huh.
Let's see here. Come on. Oh, I'm on the Japanese keyboard. I'm trying to figure out why it's not going right away because it's on the Japanese keyboard.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's open world action adventure game by Pearl Abyss.
Oh, wait. Is that the second desert related game? Because they made Black Desert. What do they think desert means? Because it has nothing to do with the first one. Although I think I remember hearing about that now. Is that one also an MMO style game?
I don't know.
I now that you say that, I do remember hearing something about them working on another game.
Yeah, it is. It does not say. Let me go
Look
back.
at the creeper. Sorry, I got distracted because I remember this cutscene. It's cute. He kicks the little thing in and he gets mad at them. And he storms off. He'll be back with weapons. God, I haven't made a Fairly Odd Parents reference
Apparently,
in
Crimson Desert
forever.
has nothing to do with Black Desert, according to Pearl Abyss.
So it's made by the same people, but it has nothing to do lore-wise and
And it doesn't appear to
in-universe-wise.
be a. It's single player or multiplayer, so that means it might not be an MMO. That's cool.
Interesting.
Yep, that's again. It was something I'd not heard about, and I was like,
I remember hearing a little
okay,
bit about it a while back and then completely forgetting about it
yep.
until you
This
mentioned it
guy's
was also by him.
yeah, this guy's list is Dead or Alive 7, Dead Rising
I already
5,
love it.
Dino Crisis
Oh,
remake. I'm not
don't even
gonna
get me
stop.
started on Dead Rising 5, how much I'd love that. And also Dino Crisis would be great, but I feel like Capcom forgot that they own Dino Crisis. They keep making games with dinosaurs
If we 10 Desert
that
a
aren't
game before
dinosaurs.
Rainbow Desert comes get tied them all together. Yeah, that sounds about right. But you can't have rainbows. It's against the media now. They don't
Yeah,
like rainbows anymore. Rainbows aren't allowed.
that's our word. You can't use that.
It's, I don't know. Dino Crisis remake. GTA 6. I think GTA 6 is like vaporware at this point. They don't need to make it.
Not only that, whatever was close to coming after that hack and they lost the source code, that's done. They're restarting. I don't see that coming for another 5 years minimum. Not coming anytime soon.
Make
Between
deserts great
COVID
again.
and the hack.
Oh god.
If you add an extra S, you get more desert. And it becomes dessert. Delicious.
Hold on. Project Gotham Racing. I don't think Project Gotham Racing is ever coming back.
Yeah, I don't see it. Surprisingly, nothing to do with Batman.
Conquer
Right?
2. I also
Conquer
don't.
wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see it anytime soon. I think Banjo will happen before Conquer.
Unless you let um
Double Fine?
Platonic, was that the
Platonic
original?
too.
Was that the original developers? Was that the ones?
I believe
Uh,
so.
yeah, all the guys original. Like, I know Grant Kirkhope's around doing Grant Kirkhope things and being not
Yeah.
credited in the.
I was gonna say he was actually sad about that, and I was like, "Oh man."
Of course he was. The guy wrote it. Like, I can't believe you like
Oh no, I
not
don't mean that. I
credited.
just mean like he was very aware of it, and was hoping to see it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so wholesome." And then he didn't have it, and I'm like, "Man." Just because some people, you get big enough, you're like,
Yeah,
whatever. But I think it's wholesome that he still cared about something like that.
Perfect Dark. People want to see something about Perfect Dark.
I can't imagine why. Who likes
There's a,
that game?
there's a
It's
lot of
only
Capcom
awesome.
on this list. I gotta be honest. Sonic Adventure 3. I don't think we're gonna see Sonic Adventure 3.
I think we've technically already got Sonic Adventure 3 in the
Yeah, it's
form of
Sonic
Frontiers.
06.
Well, that
Sonic
was
06 and
technically
Sonic
was
Adventure
supposed to
3.
be, but it was also terrible, and it decided to try to be Final Fantasy, which is funny because it's more like Final Fantasy than recent Final Fantasies.
That's fine. We'll just let that sit. Devil May Cry 6. I don't
I
know
don't
if you're
see
good.
DMC happening soon yet.
Possibly. I don't know.
I think it's too close to 5.
5 is older than you think, but it depends how much they want to do it. Silent Hill 2 remake again. I don't know. I've been
Which one?
so Silent Hill 2. I'm so iffy on
Oh,
Silent Hill 2 remake because them trying
Bloober.
to make it like progressive is weird.
Yeah,
That's
well,
such
that's
a
the
weird
thing.
concept to
The
me.
fact that it was Bloober was like an uh-oh. The fact that it was
I don't.
PlayStation exclusive bullshit was also an uh-oh for me. But the fact that they're also trying to tone down everything that made the game what it is to appeal to modern audiences, that's free strikes. Like, I'm not saying I won't play it if it ends up being good, but I don't give a shit about it right now. It's it
Yeah,
keeps managing to fail to meet my expectations. It's like it's a Square game. It
it's a
just
Square
can't
game.
meet them.
Yep. Uh, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. I'm kind of interested to see what they're gonna do with the expansion of
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. I
I
also
wonder if they're
kind of
gonna try
wondering.
to
I'm not
reference
gonna.
Edge Runners at all.
I don't know. It's about a different faction entirely. I don't know exactly about that faction. I'm not super well versed in the Cyberpunk lore, so I'm not
Mm.
gonna say it. Killer Instinct 2 is here. I don't.
That would
Honestly,
be big. I don't see it
it's
happening yet, but it'd be big.
honestly it's a coin toss if it actually happens or not, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Not because I don't think it's possible for it to happen. It's just more like I think if the stars align and there's someone that actually wants to make it, or they've actually put effort into it, yeah, because it's kind of like a fighting game revival happening on Xbox. I would say like there's a
Yeah,
lot more coming. Is there actually space for Killer Instinct 2? Probably.
I think there definitely could be, and they need to make some competitors to what Sony's got cooking with them owning uh, the fighting game community's pro league at this point.
NFT is a dirty word. We don't talk about it. I don't. I hate NFTs so much.
uh,
I kind of want Square to like go bankrupt and then get bought out by Sega or Bandai.
that'd be great.
Not
And it's not
Konami
just
though.
because of the shitty NFT stuff. That's just one of the annoying things they've done.
Yeah,
Their business practices in general are garbage.
yeah. We don't need to go into that right now. We can go back to people what people are excited for. Fable
Yeah. Plus, we've done it a few times
reveal.
already. I would love to
Fable
see more Fable. That's not just
like
very
actual
good memes.
gameplay. Yeah, that's
I'd
not
like
that's
to see almost anything. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd like gameplay, but even if they just went and explored, like, here's the story this time around, or here's what you can expect, I would take anything at this point that's more Fable. What's it been, 2 years? 3 years?
I think it was 2. Uh, honestly, old Fable is hard for me to play now.
Like modern gaming wise, or just because
I'm
you
honestly
don't
just
like this?
I don't say I didn't. I don't like Fable because I think that's a lie. It feels dated. I tried to play,
Yeah,
I want to say two not that long ago, and it was just not good in my opinion. It was not something I wanted to
yeah.
play. I played it for like a couple hours and I was like, yeah, I'm not digging this.
It's definitely hard because I tried to play Fable 1 again recently, and just because of modern gaming in general, I'm like, man, this feels very unintuitive and hard and clunky, which is a shame because I do love the games. I would love to see a
We'll
much
see
more modern take.
what they're doing.
Yeah, I would also love a
Jade
new
Empire is a
EA
very
game.
interesting. What has Monolith actually been doing recently? Who
Oh, I
owns
don't think we
Monolith
know
now?
yet.
I'll have to look into Monolith in a second when I finish going through these. But Jade Empire is an interesting one too because that's a BioWare one, and it
Yeah,
kind of just nothing ever really happened with it.
it's on backwards compatibility. People can play it.
Although it's not on EA Play, we found out. Was that last week? I want to say.
I believe so. It was weird.
Yeah.
We had run into that where it's like, it's not on EA Play, but it is backwards compatible. But I think, could you buy it on Xbox console, or was it
You can
only
buy it on
on?
the store. Yeah, it's like 2 and 3.
Okay,
Jade Empire really wasn't one and done, but I think you could do something with that.
I
I
would love
would
to see a new
actually love
Fear
to
game
see.
personally.
I would love to see a new, like Star Wars RPG.
I would love that. Do you know what that sounds like? That sounds like Knights of the Old Republic.
We're not
No,
talking
but
about that.
yeah, I would love to see one in general, just a different take on things. And we've seen, we have Dark Souls Jedi Edition coming out soon. You can use Star Wars with other genres. It works.
The fact that um like Star Wars was like Knights of the Old Republic was so popular, and it kind of just nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm
I
like,
don't know what they were
great.
thinking.
I was people talk about what Compulsion's working on. I'm very interested to see what they're working on.
Yeah, Compulsion, I want to
The
see
Star
some stuff
Trek,
from.
Star Wars
I,
Intergalactic Trek card game.
I'd love to see a bit more about State of Decay 3. And by a bit more, I mean more than a trailer of shooting a zombie deer in what was
No, no,
definitely
no. She
not
screamed at the
gameplay.
zombie deer. She just screamed at it. It'll
Oh,
never do
that's
that
right.
again.
It's been so long I didn't remember. Was it 2019 or 2020?
People talking about whatever ID Software's been working on,
Yeah, that'd be good.
and
I think that's the thing people
also,
forget. They have all the doom and gloom about Xbox, but there's so many studios that we don't know what they're working on. And
well,
I'm
like
not
the
saying
Coalition, like is Gear 6 gonna be shown? Maybe.
could be, or if
Oh yeah,
not,
Indiana
maybe
Jones. We were talking about earlier. People keep
yeah.
like yeah, and Avowed. People forgot about
There's
Avowed.
also
That's what I mean.
Contraband.
Like we're gonna have so many RPGs everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Starfield.
People tend to get doom and gloomy and forget how many studios not only have IPs coming, but haven't told us what they're working on. I'm not saying everything's going to be shadow dropped like Hi-Fi Rush, but did you have any idea that was coming? None of
No.
us did. And people
Well,
who had an inkling didn't even know what it was because we saw those leaks and that was not Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know what the hell
nothing
that
like
was.
it. That was someone being like, it wasn't even a shooter. There wasn't even guns. Like there were guns, but like it wasn't. The main
Yeah,
character did not use guns.
it it was definitely
Um,
weird.
we know that Double Fine was working on 2 other games while they were
Yes,
working on Psychonauts 2, and
and
we
we
know
don't
that
know what
when
they are.
COVID happened, they were like they pulled off of the other 2 games to get Psychonauts 2 over the finish line and finished because they had to get it done. So
I
it'd be
think it was
nice
the
to
right call.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, a
Because
lot of people
the
forget
problem
how
is
impactful
that
it was.
it probably also be better for morale that they had everyone
Yeah,
like
like a completed game.
working together on something so they could get stuff
Yeah,
done.
I would definitely like to see, like what Sam was saying. It reminds me of like a courier, but in space. I would love to see some more unique stuff like that in the Star Wars universe.
Why
There's
did you
so many
not?
galaxies in there, so many planets, so much you could do. Brutal Legend 2 would be pretty great. And Jack Black as Bowser really shows you he's still happy to play goofy characters. I mean, they
I,
could
I
bring him back.
I don't care whatever. Double Fine makes, I am down for it.
Yeah. Well,
Like even going back and trying stuff like Brutal Legend and for the first time. Well, that game is a little hard to play because of the way the controls are, in my
yeah,
opinion. It's still good.
yeah. Double Fine's pretty great, and they have a great job of balancing humor with fun gameplay. It never really seems like one is, taking a hit because of the other. I would love a new Jack and Dexter, but unfortunately, that's also dead because it's a platformer.
Yeah, I went through the whole list there. People talk about Street Fighter 6 and how excited they were for it finally coming back to Xbox, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. It's got that create a character thing and a whole hub and all that interesting jazz.
And you can uninstall the single player component if you just want to play competitive, which is nice for people that just want to play competitive.
Yeah, especially when games these days are stupid big. Do you see how big Star Wars was?
You see that the whole game wasn't on the disc?
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not at this point.
I honestly
Depressingly
think
so.
well, it's also a Unreal Engine 4 game, so it's probably working with some of the weird bloaty systems that Unreal Engine 4 has, because it's
Yeah,
kind of built around being useful on systems that don't use SSDs for everything.
which is a shame because that's most of the consoles and PCs now,
Yeah.
which makes sense that we have a new one that hopefully doesn't have that problem. Meanwhile, the Switch is like, hell yeah. Oh, it's like this thing was made for me. I didn't notice that the footage had just changed. So I looked a second ago and it was Minecraft Legends. And then I looked away and I looked back. I'm like, wow, the graphics got really good in Minecraft.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna see. Yeah, it just happens.
Ghostwire from the looks of it.
Yeah. I just grabbed whatever I had. I didn't really get to play a lot of games this week.
No
Grab
worries.
footage. Nothing new anyway. Almost done my
Yeah.
hard playthrough of Resident Evil 4, but it's been a lot of anime and just other things.
And I've been waiting to do more of that because I was like, I want to complete a few games before I do that. So I did Inscription. Then I hit that bug, so I couldn't finish. I was like, oh, well, I'll finish another big game. I've got Midnight Suns. And I've been going through that, but there's so much content and it's so much fun that I keep putting off doing the story to just do more fun stuff and build things up. I
Well, we
was actually wanted to bring that up. Oh, go on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I really appreciate how the game handled its DLC. So far, I believe there's 3 DLCs that have been released. One of them gives you Morbius, one of them gives you Venom, but you have to get far from the story, and one of them gives you Deadpool. Deadpool and Morbius can be unlocked by playing their mission right off the bat. Once you get them in your group, they react to things that happen in the story, even though they weren't there for it. So you'll have voice lines that are back and forth between characters that kind of change the outlook of the story a bit without, reanimating any of the scenes. So obviously they're not super participating with everyone in the scenes, but they're always participating with your character, and they're reacting to the things too. And the reason it's interesting to me is they didn't do one of those, oh, well, they're technically not part of the game, so they don't talk to anyone or they don't react. They created lines that you can totally miss just because you might not unlock them right away or you've already passed that part in the game when you get them. Um, they still interact with the world around them and to the environment that's changing. They react to what's happening in the story and with other characters. And it was really refreshing to see, that time and dedication. I was getting a lot of fun voice lines that I didn't expect from people interacting with each other before I assumed it would even let me because I had unlocked them early. So I wish more games would do something like that if you're going to add bonus characters, quote unquote, especially with the games that feel like they should have had them at launch, but then they cut it and release stuff later, and it feels kind of disjointed and detached. Uh, so this is much appreciated.
All right, let's talk about new releases.
New releases. Let me pull up my list.
I'll switch over to Xbox View in a moment. Is it only? RPG Golf Legends that's on sale for?
What for Kimco?
Yeah. It's the one on my list because it was the one I haven't really updated the list of stuff I
There were
wanted
a
in a
few
while.
others. One of them was the one that reminded me of Final Fantasy 3.
You got your list up?
Yeah, right here.
Because I don't think we talked about it last week, but
Well,
it wasn't
new
on the store
releases.
last week. Also, yeah, today. Yeah, it was not on the store yesterday last week. So after image
Here we go. Sorry, I had opened up May first. So yes, we got Afterimage,
today.
Doricone.
Okay, after image
Uh,
right now.
I think
After
we
image
did.
also has a physical for Xbox.
Yes,
I believe it is
although
more expensive, but whatever.
yeah, and I think they're not doing that in Japan. I think it's only digital there.
Yeah. Hold on, let me check Karen. Got it. Karen will talk. Karen changed their thing. Karen was talking about the other day.
There are a couple recent ads too that they haven't told us are coming to Game Pass, but it turns out they are.
Yes, an
Like
import.
like Ravenlock and Fuga 2.
Ravenlock. Was Ravenlock even on the store? I
Yeah,
know.
it just got added recently. It's coming out the 3rd.
Oh, these are new releases. Okay, hold on. That's upcoming. Hello. Coming soon.
They added Golem.
Jedi Survivors this week, isn't it? It's Friday, right?
I think so.
Get your preloads in early, kids, because it's 150 gigs.
Is big.
Very big. Yeah, Ravenlock's also this week. And Benedict Fox is this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's the 27th, so Thursday? Yes, Thursday.
It's also not here. What is this game?
That boy looks pretty cute.
Kinetic visual novel with storytelling. Okay.
All right, you want me to go down the list a bit?
Yep, go down the list. Give her.
All right, we got Doricone, uh, coming out. Is that today? Yeah. Doricone, Smile for Me, Straight Lights, Train Sim, and Stranded Alien Dawn all came out today. Um, and War
Granted, Alien
Mongrels.
Dawn is. This was. I think we looked at this.
Yeah, that's
Survival
why I
game?
kind of brushed by them a bit, just because I think we
Yes,
talked about these all
survival
last
game.
week. Um,
Straight
I don't
Lights
remember
was
War Mongrels.
War Mongrels. I do not remember.
Oh, here it is. I'm just looking at it.
Got some screenshots.
Isometric real-time tactics game for World War II. Graphically, it looks really impressive.
Is this by the same guys that did Desperados?
Destructive Creations.
I'm looking it up.
And Doricone was one of the ones that we had joked about that kind of slipped by in terms of like stuff that
Oh, these are the guys that
Chara
made
would.
Hatred.
Oh, that might be
It's
why it looks
funny.
familiar.
Hatred.
Chara would probably not like this game, so he must not have seen it.
Not. No, it was not them. It does have that kind of look though. Uh, interesting. Kind of cool looking.
It's always funny when I see like features 31,000 words. Okay, I wasn't
Wait, is
counting,
that
but
really a? Yeah, this is the one.
which one?
Dorocone.
Yeah,
Dorocone.
free whole girls to befriend or romance. Um,
Oh, it's.
what?
Oh, you 31,000 three girls from 13 endings. At least
Yeah.
they tell you up ahead, up in front. You got a lot of
Yeah, and I
words to read,
appreciate that.
guys. Lots of words.
T tomorrow we got Ampersat, which is the game with the at symbol.
Oh
We
yeah,
got Aquarist,
yeah,
Mongavania,
the one
and
that looks like manga.
yeah, and Neku Rescue Tale. So, Cat Rescue Tale.
Neku or Neko?
Neko.
Okay. It's not you said ku, so I was like, that's not the same.
Neku. No, it's a completely different word.
The
Uh,
creepy syndrome.
I just was gonna say that. I looked at it. I'm like,
Is
what
this
is
a?
this?
Oh, I was like, is this an FMV game? No, it's 8-bit.
I think
One
it's a
bit,
different. A
8-bit.
1-bit, 8-bit Game Boy. Game
What's
Boy
one
is
bit?
not an amount of. I believe 1-bit is a
Wait, is
square.
the Gollum game? No one at PAX East was impressed with the new Gollum game. I'm not surprised. I mean, you got a Dougie on people. Got to get that pre-order in for the Dougie. I don't
Yes,
even,
if you exclusively pre-order now, he can actually drop it like it's hot, exclusively.
I don't even know.
Let's see.
Was
Oh,
it
that's right.
actually 2-bit though?
What
Was
happened?
they saying that the original Game Boy was 2-bit, but what is 1-bit? Tin can
Yeah, we
in
got.
space tech support can't hear you scream. Okay, that's about right.
Ironically, we have like 7 games in between that though that aren't on here. We
Yeah,
have
this is weird.
Arc Runner, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition, and that's coming to Game Pass. So that was a big win. Bramble, The Mountain King,
This is a Mountain
Creepy
King.
Tail 2, unrelated to Creepy Syndrome, Creepy Tail 2.
What? It's not on the store. This is the
I,
I. These lists are hilarious because it's a bunch of stuff that's like not on the store. We're like, oh, let's
yeah,
show. I'm like, I can
and,
set it up with my capture card and show people stuff, but it's not here.
and then you see like in the new releases tomorrow, and you're like, oh, it was shovelware, or oh, it was that indie I'd heard about, but for some reason it just didn't come.
Yeah, because
Uh,
After Image wasn't here for like the longest time. These are
oh, Omega
27.
Strikers is tomorrow. That's
Sorry,
the
which one?
soccer Pong kind of game. Omega Strikers.
Why is there two things of Tim King?
That's I know Aaron Hansen is voicing one of the characters, so I've been seeing a lot about that. Uh, we also got Project Nightmares Case 36. Henriette Kenward.
But
That
no,
sure is a lot of words.
Project Nightmare case
Uh,
30 1
you
through
know,
35.
I believe those are PS1 exclusives.
Apparently.
We have Protojoy Delta, but for some reason everything's capital except the E in Delta. It's like Delta. I don't know. The Creepy Syndrome, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, Tin
Which is
Can.
also not on the store.
Yeah, that went to
Despite
World War
me
II
looking
because isn't that
forward to it.
exclusive?
I
It,
believe
at
so.
least launch exclusive.
It was heavily advertised too
Yeah,
at like E3, so I'm surprised it's not on the store, but it might just be that it doesn't show up till later.
yeah. Velocity Noodle. Yeah, they might just have it set up like it's not ready for pre-orders kind of thing. And Treachery in Beattown City Ultra Remix.
That sounds like
And
shovelware
that's
to me.
yeah, and that's all tomorrow. I didn't even get to the
Just
28th yet.
just like the sweet bakery tycoon.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
looks
the
like shovel.
28th is going to be big. There's nothing I see on here releasing after the 28th until May 2nd. But for the 28th, we got Dig Deep, Fran Bow, which is, I remember playing that at like a Flash game like a decade ago.
And
Fran Bow,
bro,
Gematobe, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Nuclear
which is
Blaze.
also not here. What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that it's not on here. Skinny and Franco, Fists of Violence, Jedi Survivor, Sweet Bakery Tycoon, and Varney Lake.
Sweet Baker
Weirdly, those
Tycoon
last
looks
three
like
are here.
shovelware.
Varney Lake. I like the description. Also, the category is word. What does that mean?
What does that even mean to you? Okay, it is on the store, but it's just not in the coming soon section.
What?
Sunbreak. It is here.
Oh, okay. I'm sure
And it
there's a
has
couple
slightly
like that.
different color background depending on which version you pick.
Of course it does. Oh, yeah, there's some break. 55.99. That's gonna be big. Very excited.
Damn, but I don't
Wow.
know if we're gonna have time to play it.
Yeah,
I was kind of
feel
hoping to
that.
get a physical with both it and the expansion.
Let me see if some of these other ones are here and just not in the coming soon.
I don't know. It was thank you.
Franbo is here if you search it. For some reason,
Franbo?
it's spaced in a weird way. Yes,
Franbo?
Franbo. F-R-A-N.
FR.
Yes. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland-ish in terms of like psychotic stuff. It's a psychological kind of game. And you're starting in an asylum as a tiny girl. Oh god, even looking at the graphics, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely the Flash game I played 10 plus years ago. I
Yep.
didn't finish it though. I don't think it was finished at the time. I think it was episodic and it just wasn't done. Developed by Kill Monday Games. It's an interesting group. It says
They
it's
don't
not
like Monday.
available yet though.
Do they work on Mondays?
No, they
Are you sure?
specifically kill
Are
anyone
you
who does.
sure? You
Yeah,
sure?
their 5 day work week got canceled. They do 4 day work weeks now. They're very
Partial nudity
progressive.
there. That means you see some buns. Okay, rainbow. Is that a little kitty with wings?
I believe
Hmm.
so.
I
Let's
mean,
see.
the art style's not kind of consistent through all these, but maybe they're
Yeah,
going for that Alice kind of doohickey deal.
apparently Creepy Tail released 2 years ago, so Creepy Tail 2 coming must be a sequel. I can't find it though in the store.
Creepy syndrome, creepy tail. I found
Oh,
the
there
first
it
one.
is. Yeah, the second one comes up if you type a bit more in. Uh,
It kind of looks like that Frambo game a little bit.
yeah, but this one's developed by the Creepy Brothers, published by No Gravity.
The Creepy Brothers. Yes.
I don't know what's up with spam today, but I've gotten about 17 spam calls. So
I didn't get any
obnoxious.
spam calls, but I did get a pile of spam messages on Twitter, all from Japanese bots.
I have a lot of those too, but luckily, it doesn't make my phone vibrate and yell at me like phone calls do. I keep
Oh, there it is.
changing,
It's right there. There's Creepy Tail.
what?
Why doesn't it show up in the... Why do we have a com... Why? How can I live in this world? How can I live in this world with all of chaos? It's just chaos. Just chaos. Imagine having systems and not using them.
Ew, how would you use them? Wow, and if you look up Blaze Blue, you get Blaze Blue Corona Phantasma Extend, which is from 2015, and then you get the open beta for Cross Tag Battle. It's not on the store yet, because looking it up, I see the anime, a weird Fallen Legion cross tag add-on, the open beta, and a
I know
game
you can't read
somewhat on its own.
this, but
Ooh.
the two double equal signs and the A in the middle. I'm just... Why is she... Why is her last name equal signs A equal signs. That could be
Why isn't your name that?
and she's asking what his name is. Lisan no namae wa? Like I'm reading it, I'm just like, I'm like, Erika equal. How do you say equals A equals? I don't know, man. I
Very
don't know.
difficult.
I don't know. How
Z
do you?
tier level of translation required.
All of these screenshots are in Japanese. I don't know all these kanji, so I can't read this. When I say I don't know all the kanji, it doesn't mean I can't do it.
Oh, that's right. In June, we're finally getting We Love Katamari re-roll with the Royal Reverie.
Nuclear blaze. It's here.
And June 6th, we're both getting a game we've been waiting for. I'm getting Diablo 6, and you're getting Loop 8.
Loop 8. We've been way too light on JRPGs this year. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Unless you
we've
want
been
to
getting
play ones
decent
that you want.
RPGs, but
Unless you
yeah.
want to play games that already came out before.
And
So I
depending on them, I wouldn't mind if they were coming to Xbox for the first time, but
Oh,
not the
we did get
case.
some of those. Persona 3 and Persona 4.
True, we got
And
that in January.
uh Ni no Kuni 2 also.
That's right, I forgot we got that.
Yeah. It kind of just dropped out of nowhere and people were playing it and I was like, "Oh yeah, that came out."
I'm surprised I don't know Silk Song on this list. They didn't stick it with a date, did they? That'd be a mistake.
Did they actually space it? That'd be weird. Yeah, it is. The Revenant Kingdom. Why the hell is it 96? What the
What?
excuse me? It's pronounced Amy. God.
Why in God's name is it $95 for you?
106.59. What?
Don't get me wrong, Nino Kuni's a cool game. I'm not paying that much for it.
I'm glad it's on Game Pass.
I need to see how much that is for me. I wonder if it's a Canadian error.
No, I'm gonna make me type
Oof.
Amy. Maybe it's just this. I just don't know how you're supposed to. Why would I don't know? It has all the DLC. I think this is the only version of it. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it,
it's $80 on here for us, but it's technically 71 because of Game Pass, which is still insane.
yeah, geez, what?
I was, I love the reviews. You guys are amazing, giving me and my son 1,000 miles. Like one game a year for 120. Thanks. This price is bullshit.
I get different reviews. I never checked this. Yay, Game Pass! Game Pass delivers. I have the PS4 version as well. Apparently, I've different. Not as good as the first. Was it? I don't know. The first one was hard to play for
Well, yeah,
me.
we got different reviews, I guess. Because I went back to see if those were near. Not turn-based. Hallelujah.
Only for $20.
Yo, Game Pass. Thank you. You guys is amazing.
$100
Love
for
to see it.
one game on Game Pass is the best deal ever for gaming. Until streams only.
I just looked over at your screen. Is this supposed to be good? No. They purposely made a bad game. You've
No,
been tricked.
wait. Did you see that last one?
Which one? Oh, God. Best deal ever.
This person does not know that Nobunaga had a black retainer.
People like to hate. It's fun.
I don't know. It's
Don't you
weird.
love being an outcast for having awful opinions and hating people for no reason?
I don't
Hell
know.
yeah.
I don't know why people get upset about that.
Someone also said it's a Final Fantasy knockoff done pretty well.
It
I
doesn't
have
even.
bad news for them. Not all JRPGs are Final Fantasy knockoffs.
Final
Not
Fantasy
how
doesn't.
that works.
Final Fantasy doesn't make good JRPGs anymore.
True that. $80 for a 5-year-old port is disappointing to me.
I don't know why they're charging so much. I guess because it has a little DLC in it, but still.
It's still insane for the amount of money they're asking.
Still. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Kenko was having a publisher spotlight. This is probably where it would be. It wasn't here earlier, so I guess it updated. Call of the Sea was not a bad game. Oh, yeah, that's a
Oh,
good price for it. It was on Game
yeah.
Pass, but I think it is no longer.
I have to agree with Sam. These days, Final Fantasy is a Final Fantasy knockoff,
Yep. Didn't even know it made Final Fantasy good anymore.
which is depressing.
This game's 75% and 1% DLC. What?
Which game?
Mosaic 1% DLC. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what?
Seems legit.
It's 75 cents. It's probably 50 cents US. Oh, it's attached to another game. I don't know what that even means. The shapeshifting detective. Hmm. It's so weird. It's so weird to see these games and be like, yeah, yep, this is fine.
West the Dead had that great sale for me. It was like $3
It's a
or
great
four
game.
bucks for deluxe.
540 Canadian, but yeah, I own the. I don't think I own the DLC though. I pick it up. It was only a couple bucks.
Yeah, it was $2 here.
It's a fun game. Ron Perlman's in it. It's worth playing.
He's more than just in it. He's everything.
That's a fun game. I really like that game. Play it every once in a while. And they're not here either. Interesting. Yeah. Anything on sale that
Whoops.
you really wanted to point out?
Well, there were a few things that I had gotten recently on sale that were pretty good. Let me
Additional costumes.
scroll to that.
Oh, the Iga pack. Iga's backpack is on sale on Bloodstained. If you want that
Oh
and
yeah,
didn't get
the
the back,
Egavania.
yeah,
Why is this on here? I already have this.
it could just
Well,
be that
the
you
Golf
bought like a
Legends is on
bundle.
sale too.
Sorry.
I said, Golf Legends is on sale, and I know you were excited for that.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that up after we're done filming. This is on my list. I was trying to see if anything else was on sale that I wanted.
Yeah, I'm sad because Undernauts is on sale, but it's still too pricey for me. It's 45 instead of 60.
Morals
But
Phoenix
like,
Rising was not that fun for me.
which one?
Morals Phoenix Rising, I did not like it.
Yeah, it felt like it was trying too hard to be Breath of the Wild, but it did not succeed. Uh, this is what it was. Oh, wait.
There's
In,
so many. Oh, is the add-on sale? All add-ons. Did
yeah,
not
they're
like.
doing a spring add-on sale. I was looking also at the Unhalloween horror sale. That had some interesting ones. Callisto Protocol's on sale.
I'd rather
Cult
not
and
buy that
Lamb.
game. Callisto Protocol seems like it's such a waste of a good idea.
They definitely butchered some things, but my friend ended up playing through it and he said it was, enjoyable for what it was. I definitely wouldn't get it at full price.
Yeah,
Darkwood's on sale. Dead Age is on sale for a really good price. Instead of 20, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, instead of 15, I think. It's
yeah. You
like
picked
two or
up
three
Lost
bucks.
Ruins. How the discount of Lost Ruins like? Oh, it's 50% off. This is a pretty fun Metroidvania game. It's a little fan servicey in spots, but it's a solid game.
Yeah, for Road to Canada is also on sale. That's a good game.
Yeah, it's the Oregon Trail, but you're going to Canada instead.
Yeah, and it handles slightly better.
I mean, there's been so many versions of the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Dark Side
Hades is on sale.
Detectives. The Park.
Hades is good. Home Sweet Home is on sale, and that's a good horror game based on some uh Taiwanese horror.
Oh, Vampire Survivors is on sale if you don't have Game Pass. Are the DLCs on sale too? I think they were.
They might be in the
Oh,
DLC
movies are on
section.
sale too. Yuppie
Into the
Psycho is
Pit is
also
on
on
sale.
sale.
Yeah. Into the
Yuppie
Pit's a
Psycho's a
good
weird
game.
game. What
Moon
remains of
Scars,
Edith?
Madison, Martha is Dead. Nobody Saves the World.
Is Romance Vania on sale? I did not see it. Let's look. I'll look it up for you.
I didn't even see it in the store yet. I forgot to look for that. Ring of Pain is on sale.
No, it is not on sale.
Is it 15 or 20?
It's 31 Canadian, so probably in the 20-ish area. Look, everyone gotta love that pumpkin lady. Look at that. Look at those delicious pumpkin ladies.
Delicious. Pumpkins.
It reminds
Stubbs
me
the
of Boyfriend
Zombie is on
Dungeon.
sale for $5 instead
Rebel
of
Without a
20.
Pulse.
Exactly. It's a great game.
I
It's a
don't
remake
think
of an old
I've ever
game.
played it. Is it actually a remake? I know you can play the other drum. Someone wants some pumpkin
Yeah,
in their
it's
life.
a really good remake. Would recommend.
Oh, should I find the other Chemco games that are on sale?
Sure, I should check there too.
It
There
was
was one or
games
two I
with
wanted to pick up.
gold. I thought it was a publisher sale because I thought I saw that. And I was on Twitter and I was like, yes, finally, my time has come.
Tormented Souls is also on sale. That's a good game.
I couldn't get it. I played the demo and I was like, ugh.
It
Yeah,
knows
there's
what it
RPG
is.
gold.
I'll say that. Plus, you also got Zombie Army on sale and White Day.
White Day. White Day is a very interesting game.
Yeah,
This
I
is the other
had
Chem.
fun with it.
Is this the one you're talking about?
What?
Gale of Windoria?
No, it was like Dragon something.
Dragon Sinker?
I believe
This is
so.
another Chemco one.
Weirdly, they have microtransactions on a lot of the Chemco games.
Oh, I just know that they always have Xbox ports, which I appreciate.
Oh, 100%. And the microtransactions aren't anything bad, but it's always like weirdly extra stuff that you can
I
enjoy that
think they
make the
were
game easier.
I think they were mobile games first.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Graveyard Ship Graveyard Simulator. I don't know. Go Sync. This is one of them for sure. Are you sure this isn't the one you're thinking of? This looks a lot like Final Fantasy 3 to me. But that hat is like a cosplay challenge.
Which one? Oh, Ghost Sync. I mean, that one did look a little bit like it, but did you check the other one yet? I think it began for D.
Dragon one, yeah, look at it.
Yeah,
That hat is a
that one,
cosplay challenge, man.
especially with the description it had. It was like, oh, 16 different jobs to choose from. And I was like, well, that is also what Final Fantasy 3 did. Decided to give you all the jobs. And they have all the Tom Clancy games on sale too. Why would you buy those when you could buy the very expensive pass for Ubisoft Plus?
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff on sale. Kimco stuff. Bioshock Remastered if you're into that. These are games with gold though. Discounts are not.
It's also a huge thing for add-ons. It'd be nice if you could just like tap a game and be like, "Show me all the add-ons for this game." And you could just do it with some of the games you own.
Yeah. Okay. We're someone played this, so let's see.
What? Lobster Table
Graveyard
Tennis is awesome.
ship graveyard simulator.
What are you simulating in that game?
Why do you have what? Why would you be using a hacksaw?
And a zip line. That's C4?
Yep.
That was C4. I think that hacksaw would have broke a lot earlier than that did.
Plasma
I do like
cutter.
these kind of cheesy games that don't take themselves seriously and you just goof off like this. The gas station
That's not how
sim
plasma
one looked
cutter
kinda
works,
fun.
but okay.
Who are you telling that to? Me or Isaac? Isaac Clark.
No, just no. Isaac's plasma cutter is from space. That's a real
It's
plasma
different.
cutter.
He's got a space one.
Space plasma cutters are much more useful, clearly. That's okay, I guess. Not my kind of game, but
I've heard a lot of good things about Dead Island 2, and I've played the first and Riptide and all the Dying Lights, but I don't know if I want
um,
to get it at full price.
it's too expensive for me. I'm
Mm,
standing by my guns. If your game's gonna be more expensive than $90 by currency, I ain't gonna buy it.
yeah, I mean
Ain't
it's
gonna
70
buy it.
here or 75 for the Day One edition. What does it even come with that's different?
I don't know, something. Look,
It
man,
comes
Atomic
with
Heart Gold
character
Edition's over
packs.
$100 here.
Pass.
I didn't even like Atomic Heart that much. I found it very clunky. Very clunky.
I still have to play it. It's on the list. So many on the list.
It just gets longer.
It does, especially with Game Pass. Every day the list extends.
$98. You mean Russian
98
Bioshock? Yeah, it honestly, I think that's giving it too much credit. I don't think Atomic Heart's a Russian Bioshock. I think it's trying to be Bioshock, but it's just not.
Bioshock wishes it had half-naked robot lady that made the internet explode.
Nah, man, it's all about the vending machine.
Oh yes, the horny vending machine. It just wants you inside it.
Yep. So weird. Absolutely bonkers. But Dead Island 2 is getting good reviews. People say are liking it, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm excited mostly
People
because
just
I
want a
love
dating machine to upgrade
Riptide.
the. Yep, with the upgrade machine. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like there's an anime this season about being a vending machine in another world or anything. Oh
Yeah.
wait, there is.
Oy, oy. I did notice something earlier about Dead Island 2 that was interesting. Someone barehanded beat up a dead zombie and kept killing it on the ground, and they skinned it alive. Basically, there's damage to body
I'll go
parts
and
and
go.
anything like that, but instead of giving, you can just keep breaking away parts until you're just a skeleton. So,
Yeah, we looked at this
that's
game last
interesting.
week. It looks okay. It is weird.
He even has a robin, and I think it was celery. I don't remember. It might have been, or no, maybe it was asparagus. Was he
Got to
asparagus or
defeat the
celery?
hot dogs.
You gotta kill the lettuce. Ugh, hot dog's bad.
Hot dogs are bad.
You gotta eat
Yep.
the lettuce.
I mean, nothing is sacred. I mean, yes, side ninjas exist.
What ninjas?
Yes, side is vegetable.
Oh,
The game's
I don't
literally called
know.
Yesai Ninja.
I don't know why I said gaslighting ninjas.
No, Yesai it's vegetable, just in
As you can
Japanese.
tell, I'm extraordinarily tired still. My
Yeah,
brain is dying. I feel bad. That's why I've been, I don't want to say less talkative, but just zoned out a bit.
very fair.
There's the ninja. Guns and runs.
Guns and runs.
You don't want
Oh,
to have the
yeah,
run.
this game we said was coming out. It's out. You buy it now. Stray Blade. It's actually on the store now. Remember we had to go hunting for this last week?
Yeah, like many of our games where we're like, why isn't it here? Let me just search. There it is.
Now it's
It was
here.
hidden behind all the things.
Yeah.
I
If
still
you
recommended script shit for people. It's so good.
looks interesting. Games look interesting. I don't
Just
think there's
like,
much else for this week though. I think we're pretty much done. Is there anything cool Game Pass coming besides Benedict Fox that
uh,
they announced?
the
I don't remember.
Blaze Blue game supposedly is coming on Thursday.
Blaze Blue.
Actually, if we go, where was it? Let me double check. Wait, are the green ones in this supposed to be? There's a separate guide for every Game Pass game included in 2023. Okay. I think that's what these green ones were, but let me double check.
Hmm.
Playlist so far, blah 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 blah
Redfall's
blah.
on the second. The thing is, I'm not worried about Redfall being like really good at launch or not. I think it'll be fine, but that's next week, is it not?
Yeah, because it's on the second.
Yes, the
We have
second.
cassette based on PC tomorrow. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition on console, PC, and cloud on Thursday, along with Benedict
Imagine playing
Fox.
a fighting game on cloud competitively on your phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say on your phone, no controller too. Tap controls
No
only.
controller, touch controls only,
Final Destination, no items.
basically.
Ravenlock is coming on the 4th.
Yeah, you'll
Even
that.
Fuga's coming.
Fuga 2.
Yeah. Oh god, some of these go all the way out to like, I mean, besides the to be decided.
Well, we know
There's
that Fairy Blade 7 is coming
yeah,
in
that's on here.
July.
July 6th.
Yeah,
Exoprimal was also July. Texas Chainsaw Massacre they announced was coming in August to it.
I would have rather gotten
So
the
would
Killer
Rise
Clown
of
from Outer
P.
Space game, but whatever.
Wait, did they just give us a release date for Starfield by accident? There's an exact date for Starfield on here.
What is it?
September 6th. I don't know if that's a placeholder or if that was an oopsie, but yeah, it's written down as 6th of September. I don't recognize the flag, but I guess that's where they're basing it from.
I don't know if that's actually true or not. We'll find out in June.
Yeah,
It's not that
you could
far
definitely be
off.
wrong because it looks like it says also available on PS4 and PS5. So it's probably just the placeholder pages.
So
Hmm.
interesting.
Apparently, the farthest announced one is
Toxic
Plate
Avenger.
Up,
I don't know. Toxic
which is
Avenger?
October.
Was Toxic Avenger getting a new game?
What do you mean? I thought they remade it recently. Am I losing my mind?
It does not seem to be here. Yeah, they were doing a beat 'em up game. I'm not sure. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I just don't know. It's not on the store yet. Killer Clowns
Yeah.
was though, so yeah. Okay, I'm getting cat aggro because everyone's out of the house, so I'm gonna have to go feed her. So
Alrighty.
we've been going for enough hours and kind of been dying off the last bit.
Yeah,
So,
I feel bad. Like between the trying to fight the tired while it's getting dark, and also like running for the first time out of like a bit of topics for the week, we kind of just
uh,
droned on.
no, it's fine. Not every time we're gonna have good stuff. Not every show's gotta be good. Yeah, okay, I'm coming. All right,
I think
I
there'll
gotta go
be
on now.
much more next week.
I've kept
Alrighty,
demanding.
no worries.
I'm sure something will happen next week. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say something's gonna happen tomorrow, let alone next week.
Yeah.
9 in the morning, we're gonna hear some news.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
Well, I guess we'll have to destroy the whole episode then, Sam. He only demands perfection.
All
We'll
right.
do it again. We'll do it live.
Well, until next time, everyone. Bye today.